From breezy castle walls to fancy fairy tale towers, come with me as we explore some of the most amazing castles ever built. These huge buildings, made of stone and full of history, are like quiet guards, whispering stories of long ago. They're more than just rocks and cement. They show how clever, ambitious, and strong people were in the past. Over the next hour, we'll travel across the world and through time, going inside these awesome buildings to discover their secrets and learn about the people who lived and ruled there. And our trip begins in the mountains of Bavaria, where a super fantastic castle called Neuschwanstein sits on the mountainside. Our next stop is the green English countryside, home to Windsor Castle, the oldest and biggest castle in the world that people still live in. Now we go to the Loire Valley in France, where the Grand Château de Chambord rises up from the Cosson River. Chapter 4, Edinburgh Castle, guardian of the Scottish crown. High up on a rocky hill overlooking Edinburgh, Scotland, is Edinburgh Castle, a symbol of Scottish pride and strength. Chapter 5, Himeji Castle, the White Heron takes flight. All the way over in Japan, the beautiful Himeji Castle, shining bright white, is a perfect example of Japanese castle building. Chapter 6. Prague Castle, a city within a city. Looking over the city of Prague is Prague Castle, a huge place with palaces, churches and gardens. It's the biggest ancient castle in the world. Chapter 7. Mont Saint-Michel, a fortress against the tide. Near the coast of Normandy, France, is the amazing Mont Saint-Michel, a medieval wonder that looks like it's floating on the water. Chapter 8, Alhambra, Palace of Dreams. High in the Sierra Nevada mountains of Spain, the Alhambra Palace is waiting with its beautiful Moorish designs, showing us a time long past. Chapter 9, Bran Castle, where fiction meets fact. In Transylvania, Romania, high on a cliff, is Bran Castle, famous for its connection to the Dracula story. On a hill looking over Sintra, Portugal, is Peña Palace, a colourful explosion of romantic architecture. We can't talk about fancy castles without visiting the grandest of them all, the Château de Versailles. Looking over the River Nore in Ireland, Kilkenny Castle shows us Norman architecture and how people can rebuild amazing things. Chapter 13, Burg Eltz, a fairy tale in the forest. Deep in a wooded valley in Germany, the towered Burg Eltz appears like something out of a fairy tale. Chapter 14, Matsumoto Castle, the Black Crow of Japan. Called the Crow Castle because it's black, Matsumoto Castle in Japan is a great example of a flatland castle. Chapter 15, Castel del Monte, an enigma in stone. Our journey ends in the Apulia region of Italy with the mysterious Castel del Monte. Its 8 sides and unknown beginnings still puzzle historians today. Otro farewell to fortresses. As we say goodbye to these amazing buildings, we remember how creative people can be and how interesting history is. Each castle, with its own story written in stone, gives us a peek into the past, letting us imagine the lives, loves and fights that happened inside their walls. We hope these great buildings will keep inspiring people for years to come, reminding us of our amazing shared history.